I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did everyone have a chance to see the minutes from last week?
I would make a motion to approve this.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes as written. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passed 3-0. Okay. Commissioner comments and committee reports.
I really don't have anything this week.
We were supposed to be having some project concern meetings, but I don't know what the situation is with Jeff. He's the president and he hasn't called me, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I have a K.S.A meeting this Thursday morning at Troy. And next week I have a NECAP meeting on the 19th at Hiawatha. That's the only things I've got. There is the meet and greet, second congressional district meet and greet tomorrow night at Elizabeth's, 5:30 to 7. Did you get the invitations to that? I'm going to try to go to that. Waiting on Melissa. Fine. Approve one of these. We've got a PO from Joint Communications to approve. It came in this morning and we talked about it. It's repairs made to 2 air conditioning units at the radio building in the amount of $4,124.88.
Two bills are that a combination?
Yes.
Okay.
$36.49 and $4.75. It's the vendor's name is Dunn Heating and Cooling, and this will come out of the Joint Communications budget. Do I hear a motion to?
I move to approve.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? That's 3-0.
You're on.
I would have got on your agenda sooner, but I just received this report today. There should be 2 there. 3. We've got 3.
Oh, I'm good. Copies, I'm sorry.
But I just got this from the state today, and so I thought since I received it, I'd want to give you the report. And you guys will be receiving this letter because it goes out to all the county commissioners. If you haven't already, they probably send it via snail mail, I'm guessing. But it's our annual ratio study report, and the ratio study itself is the 3rd page and has the blue on it. It's kind of our grade card, our annual grade card that says how well we're doing. But the first sheet I just kind of gave a little blurb about what it's all about, the ratio study. And they test us on residential and commercial is what they do. And the measure really is the confidence interval. We need to make sure that we hit somewhere between 90 and 110. So our median ratio for residential is 98.9. 100's perfect. If you get 100, it means that you're appraising all your properties at exactly what they're selling for. You know, all the arm's length transactions. And of course, nobody does that. I mean, that would be impossible unless you knew the sell price before you assigned the value every single time. And you know, there's no way you can know that. So 98.9 for residential median ratio is really good. 97.5 for a median ratio for commercial is also good. But the more important and more impressive number, I must say, is our CODs, which is the coefficient of dispersion. And what that measures is our uniformity, how close our sales are to that median ratio. That's what the COD measures. It's a measure of uniformity. And the number we're supposed to be under 20 for residential and commercial properties. We're supposed to be under 20. And so to have an 11.9 and a 2.4, that means that not only is our measure of central tendency close to 100, but our other sales are close to 100 too. It means that we're uniform. We're uniform. It measures uniformity in our assigning of values. And the PRD, the price-related differential, what that measures is whether we're progressive or regressive. Regressive means that we're overtaxing the lower valued properties or overvaluing the lower valued properties. Progressivity means that we're overvaluing the higher dollar properties. And that's a number that, of course, 1 again would be perfect. We're hitting everything right on the nose. It's really hard to hit those lower valued properties. A small difference in value is a large percentage on those really low valued properties. So it's really hard to hit those. And we were, I actually I provided last year's numbers. And we were a little high on our PRD last year. But we brought those numbers down to 1.03 for residential and 1.01 for commercial. And on that first sheet, I showed that we're supposed to be between 0.98 and 1.03 on the PRD.
What's that elevator going to do to our COD, PRD?
The measures are from properties that have sold.
I see. This is strictly something.
Yeah, that's how they measure how well we're doing, is they'll take properties that have sold. The arm's length transactions, you know, not the ones that are between brother and sisters, but the ones that are good open market sales. Properties that have sold, they compare to the value that we have on it to see if we're appraising property at market value. And Bungie and Cargill, those haven't sold. Our goal is to appraise everything at market value, what it would sell for. And I mean, it's hard to know what it's going to sell for. But we try our best to hit that number, you know, for the arm's length transactions. And they do some outlier trimming. So if you do get a wild sale that's, you know, I had a property in Lancaster, I think it was. It's like a little bar. I think it was in Lancaster. You know what I'm talking about, that little bar? It sold for like a really low amount, like $9,000 or something like that. And I was way above that, like 25,000, which is way above 9,000. And it looked like a valid sale in every respect. The state counted it as a valid sale. So my ratio was really way off on that one. And I think that one got thrown out as an outlier. That same property turned around and sold like 2 years later for like 22,000. Same property. They didn't do anything in between either.
That stuff like that, the market at the time, you know, if there's somebody interested in buying the property,
Somebody
Yeah.
just wants out.
just
somebody,
wants
yeah.
out.
Could have been, here's a check for 9,000, here's a check for 10,000.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, there are those transactions that are impossible, you know,
I think
because you just
anytime-
don't know.
Certain businesses, like the bar businesses, are so subjective to who's interested in,
Yeah,
and if somebody's got a good business built up
yeah.
there,
That
it's
can
not, it's more,
influence-
you're buying more than a building. You're
Right.
Speaking of the bar, did the gentleman out west sell his? Because I see they're tearing the roof off, putting the roof on.
the full
Yes,
He
that sold.
He sold.
That definitely sold.
Are they fixing it or tearing it down?
It looks like they're fixing it. It looks like they're
Yeah,
putting
repairing the roof on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I seen that roof off, and I didn't know whether, you know, at what point, you know, they were still gonna
Yeah,
stop.
that
So,
roof was in bad shape. It didn't sell for very much, and I didn't have a large value on it either. So, but maybe they're going to make it back into a bar. I don't know.
Be the cities, it's the city.
No,
yeah, but we had sold him one. Did they get that reimbursed?
That property is in the city limits, though.
Yes.
It is now.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's in the city.
Okay.
But anyhow, I did want to give you my ratio study report, so you can have those numbers before you get that letter. Because I don't think they send you the numbers. I think they just send you the letter. It'll be showing up.
I haven't received one yet. So.
Since I just got this today, I'm guessing yours will be coming
It's
in the
nice to see
mail.
that you're pretty close to where you're supposed to be.
Thank you.
Very good
Thank
report.
you.
So congratulations.
Thank you. I was happy with the numbers.
And your team.
Thank you. I will tell them.
All right. Thank you very much.
What does PRD stand for?
Price-related differential. It measures bias.
I thought that pretty red dress.
Pretty red dress. All right, thanks, guys.
Mhm.
Sure ain't come up.
Yeah.
You guys got the best job in AC.
Not even running it now. It's turned on.
As you guys know, we had close to 9 inches of rain 2 weeks ago. You've got a tube out down there by Judy's. When's the time flying and that getting put back?
We discussed that this morning. I thought they were gonna get on that right away. What did I don't know.
Well, he had to, said he's going to have large purchases because he's going to have to buy some tubes for that. So evidently we don't have a tube for it. So he's in the process of ordering.
Okay, people been calling me. And of course, Judy called the other day. People turning around their Brownfield, spinning around, hitting their mailbox. And they did put the sign up down there closer to 230th and River Road, so nobody will go down there. But I didn't know. I told her I would come and find out.
It was just
You didn't give a time frame. did you?
No, but I thought it was pretty quick.
I think he's going to get on it. He said that the old tube washed completely down.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yards or
He said it was no good.
Somebody called in like 2 o'clock in the morning and said, your tube's gone. So,
good thing they didn't find out the hard way.
yeah, it's 12 foot deep.
It's hard to believe. At my place, I had 5 inches, and I had 0 runoff. And they
You
had
guys
9
didn't,
inches, what, a mile and a half north of me?
yep, from about Steve Lee's at an angle towards the river, and then probably, I want to say Scotty's in between that area. So, we've got most of it. I've got a couple other places to fix, but most of them are fixed up. They finished up today on some of it. So. But also that old bridge on Sherman Road, we need to look at that on the southwest side. It's washed out. I don't know if it's undermined under there or what. Big piece of asphalt's cracked and sunk.
It's a lot south now. Did you let Seth know?
No, I just seen it the other day. They said the other day the water was clear on top of that bridge. So I stopped by there and looked, and I seen it. So,
Where's that
You're
at?
talking about that bridge up there, if you go to Smith's, if you take a left, that bridge right there.
no, the old concrete bridge crosses Rona Creek.
Oh, that bridge. Oh, a lot of water was coming
Uh-huh.
there.
It went clear on top of that railing.
Oh, my. Oh,
And
my.
down there's a train bridge down there. It went up through over the road down there on the new Dolby Bridge. Railroad was down there yesterday, logs out there. Or Friday, I guess. Friday they was down there. So. And then I guess you guys know Charlie Service is closed.
I didn't know that.
He's closing up. So
Out of rock? Not out of rock.
I don't know if they're out of rock, but they don't have any down there now. They got some real fine rock and some 2-inch screen, but most of the rest stuff's gone. So I mean, I got what I could get out of there Friday. I got all 14 loads Friday.
You think that relates to the other situation?
And then I've also heard rumor that Gary's going to close up.
See, I heard that rumor he's going to go to the farm, and he's been buying 200 or 300 acres every year for the last 4 or 5 years. They'll start to accumulate some ground, same government.
So I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know
I
either.
talked to Weststeins, and they don't go underneath the ground. So I don't know if Hams will go in there. Weststein still got a little bit of rock in there. I don't know how much. They never will say.
See, I heard Ham was fighting with Loveland County. They're going to pull out of northern Loveland County.
Mhm.
There's a lot of rock down there yet. So I don't know. But then I also heard that somebody was going to go into Bolton.
And I don't know if that's going to happen yet. They're fighting down there.
Yeah, that's true too.
They've been hauling rock out there since 2005. And, I can't really stipulate, but family members ain't been getting no royalties. So, they're well into 6 figures. Money's been paid out there. That's what I've heard.
The service quarries both quit. We got a major problem.
That's right.
We got a major problem.
You're going to have to
All that rock in for
We'll have to go all the way up to Troy, or we'll tear down to,
Cummings is
Omega.
still open.
that's Yellow Rock, and it's alright, but
Depends on how highly trafficked it is.
it just crushes up, turns to sand and mud.
they claim it's just good. Leroy Service always claim it's good, but when I want rock, I want mine, white rock.
See, I don't know if there's anything left in Louis' mine. Leroy Service got control over that, I guess. There's family issues on that,
I don't think there'll be more rock coming out of there.
so, I don't know.
Sometimes might get somebody back in there unless Charlie's got it sewed up for a long time.
The worst part about it is Hemshaw, the state regulates all that stuff and fines them all the time. So, there's a lot more stipulations since 9/11. Some of the powder they're getting now doesn't have near the power that the older powder had. So, yeah, I've heard that he's moving to Arkansas, Charlie is. So, yeah, that's going to be a big issue. Rock.
And I heard that Gary was.
I don't know if his boy will keep running it or not. They've still got a lot of rock up there. They purchased some more acreage up in there to mine.
So I don't know if the boy will run it or not.
All right, well, I can tell them it's in the process of getting
I was
fixed.
going to have him wait 10 minutes.
Seth will be here at 1:30.
But you can just say it,
Just
they was down there working on the road the other day and had the machine stuff, and I tried to pull them out. I don't know if the one boy knew how to run the loader or not, but my loader was pulling dead weight. So I don't know if he was trying to run it. I told Jack, quit pulling him or you're going to have him in the ditch. So, and then, Ryan came by at the grader and got him out. So, yeah, it was a mess down there. but I don't know if he knows about that bridge or not. So,
He didn't mention that.
but I just noticed it the other, last
Where's
night
that
I
at?
stopped.
Walnut Creek Bridge, call it Walnut Creek.
Last night I stopped. Some people were saying, well, the bridge moved. Well, I went out and looked. It ain't moved. But I said it came off on that road.
They got over that manister. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Oh, yeah. We're over the top of it. So I put in a new swimming pool a couple weeks ago, and it was down, you know, how they are down from the top. We come over to Topeka that night, and I didn't hit rain till the Quonset hut at Nortonville. And then when we got home, I went upstairs to look out the window, and the pool was completely full and run over the sides. So that's all in less than 4 hours. We got that
Question on the tube, Judy Gilmore's, you're in the process of ordering that tube, or you got the tube, or?
I haven't ordered it. I got to do some drainage tests on it, see if that tube is the same size can go back in or we can go bigger. And it's going to take a while to get that size in.
I just had people been calling, you know, and I get the equipment don't want to clear around.
I'm going to play around. Enough time, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Did you, the old Walnut Creek Bridge on Sherman? Did you check out the southwest
I was
corner?
told about it. We haven't looked into it.
Yeah, it's undermined, and I think it's sinking. Somebody told me the bridge moved. I living down there, and it hadn't moved. But,
I'm sure it's undermined.
yeah, that water come through over the top of the rails.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
alrighty. Well, that's all I had.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Bid openings at 1:30. So, we have another pledge to sign off on, and it's Pathways to a Healthy Worksite Pledge. HR brought this in this morning for us to look at, and we need to sign it, so then we will be eligible for an achievement grant in the future, which would be very beneficial. So, do I hear
10,000.
I think it's up to 10,000. So, do I hear a motion to sign off, or for us all to sign the pledge to Pathways to a Healthy Worksite Pledge?
So moved.
I second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass 3-0. Just have the signature.
We could get started on the explanation of what's being bid and all of that. Just, we can't open until 1:30. I go 1:35, they have until 1:30 to submit based off of their engineer's specs.
I don't know if any of you want to look at the spec book here. It basically just specifies bridge construction is proposed to be done by August 3rd. Backfill must be done by the end of August. I think August 31st is what they have in there. Unless the contractor goes over August 3rd, and then they have 14 days of the 7-day cure time of the concrete to backfill the entire structure, which will be very minimal backfill. Well, should be anyways. Yes, here's some plans if you guys want to look at plans. This was all designed by Micro Junior Engineering, which is part of a Husker Steel package. We did this separately. The reason for is the bridge contractors aren't dirt work contractors, so or most of them aren't, which I believe they actually did submit a bid. Yeah, the contractor that's doing the bridge actually did submit a dirt work just because he was going to be there. He said he'd just throw one in. He didn't know if he could be competitive. We were trying to give the local guys some business around here, so we put it out for bid here in Atchison. Or, I mean, it's all over, but mainly local guys will bid around here. So. And I talked to that bridge contractor yesterday. They should be here within 2 weeks. So this is their plan, unless they have something to fall back on their last job. So. I guess we kind of want a top side view. This is kind of the bridge structure we're going to be receiving. Basic, simple steel structure.
How many did we get?
Just the two.
Two.
I brought them over earlier, but Kaylee's in the office in case something else comes in.
I know one contractor stated that he didn't know if he would get one in for this, just due to him being so busy. He didn't know if he'd be able to even work with us on the time frame. So.
You say it's 10:05 instead of.
It's 1:35. I think is what we can have received bids up to 1:30. And these structures will be similar to the ones down number 30 and 40 down there, almost identical looking structures. So. And they're actually out for permit now. We'll have the backfill plans on them here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll put those out for bid at that time, whenever they're received.
That's the two
down here in the southwest corner.
No.
Yeah, state something about an employee of the owning company cannot place. I'd throw you out on it.
Do you have anything else while we're waiting?
That's all I can think of.
County council update, if you do that 5 minutes or any other unfinished business.
Do you have a county council update? Or?
Those key employee agreements have been signed and returned. that's really all I have. Bonding, there's a question asked about it this morning. I don't have a signed copy of the resolution. I'm not sure whether we've sent it to Gilmore and Bell. I haven't had a chance to talk to Michelle about that today. But my understanding though is that they're already working on the funding of it, and the resolution is passed. So the timetable that we had given them was the end of July, and I expect we're still on to meet that with funding. So.
Very good.
Pat, what do you think you'll set a time up for the tax sale?
I don't know. I know there are a lot of people that ask about it. I can probably give you a better report in a couple weeks.
It's pretty much ready to go.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that we're ready to have the sale. But I can give you a better report about what we're lacking and whatnot.
Do we have to approve that paying out of commissioners for Mark Taylor in open session?
I don't think so.
No, okay.
It's under $500 or $1,000. Whatever the limit is.
I think it was $450. Okay.
135.
Okay, we do have a PO for the Fox Theater in the amount of $8,333.33. Do we know where that's gonna come out of general? I guess we didn't discuss that.
Can we legally set up a new account for non-budgeted items, which would that fall in or something like that, or can that do that?
Yeah, sure. You can have reserve funds. Yes.
You have to allocate the funds too.
Right.
So the non-budgeted items would be a budgeted item.
Yeah.
Should we start that?
Yeah, I'd like to hear more about it from Jamie, what she thinks. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
Yeah. I think basically we don't have a special account, it's just in general. But I'm sure that there's a certain amount.
Might be a lot
figure.
more book if you have a special account when you just pull it out county general.
So on this, do you think we need more information as far as what exactly we're going to pull it from before we make or just go ahead and make it?
I would go ahead and just approve it.
I think they're one.
Do I hear a motion to pay the PO payable to Fox Theater Atchison, an amount of $8,333.33?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passed 3-0.
135. Do you need to go check to make sure there's no more come in, or was they gonna bring them?
She was going to bring them over. Yeah, she was going to.
I have a quick question, okay? If the yardage of the dirt is more, do we have to pay more?
We provide all the dirt material. The contractor provides only the rock material. Other than that, they provide the equipment, labor.
So there shouldn't be no add-ons, okay?
Okay, so it looks like we only had 2 bids. One from Wagner Excavating LLC and one from RM Bridge Company. So
What's the second one?
RM Bridge Company.
R.
RM. Okay. So RM Bridge Company LLC came in at $10,269.00. And Wagner came in at $16,672.10.
That's a big spread.
Have we done work with R&M before?
No, this is the first time we've dealt with
Where are they
them. Norfolk, Nebraska.
Are they associated with the?
They're actually the one erecting the bridge. So they're the same contractor that's doing the bridge. Normally they said they don't like to do the dirt work, but they said they wanted to throw a bid in to see where they were sitting. If they got it, they got it. If they didn't, they didn't. So there's those two.
16,672.10. Vladimir Construction. RM Bridge, $10,269. I like to keep work local, but $6,000, that's like half again as much. So, Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to go with RM Bridge in the amount of $10,269 for dirt work on the bridge.
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? 5-3-0. Okay.
I need to have the chairman sign this. I need to fill that out for these folks.
Somebody going to fill that out and just have me sign it, or you want me to fill this all out?
It's up to you. I can either have Michelle fill it out and you sign it, or
I'd rather, why don't we fill that out first?
Okay.
And then I will sign off on it. I don't like signing blank papers. Especially my checks.
All right, I will notify both of those contractors. We'll hopefully have this done by the end of August.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I believe we were running an executive session. What would that be under attorney-client
I move that the Board of County Commissioners recess an executive session at 1:40 p.m. for consultation with an attorney with a public body which is deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship is allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319. The purpose of the closed session is to protect the confidentiality of the discussion. The board come out of executive session at
15 minutes, dude.
1:55 p.m. in the Commission Room, the first floor courthouse. Those present will be the Board of County Commissioners and County Council and town members.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are now going into executive session.
Okay, all right.
Well, they may already have, it's the same company, they may already have a performance bond in place.
Will we have to check on that before we actually sign off on it then? Can we just postpone that till next week, then the actual signing of that?
Yeah, I think you could, they're not done with the bridge.
That page for the signature of approval on the bid is there with that, so.
Okay, I'm going to state for the viewing public there that we just approved the dirt work on the bridge to R&M for $10,269. We don't have proof yet of them having a bond, so I think we'll table me signing. Does that sound good?
Before paragraph 8, before commencing work and within 10 days from the date of the award, the contractor shall file a good and sufficient performance bond payment on the certificate of insurance, so. But I don't know, is there a bid bond? I will have to look.
So we postpone it till next week and then,
That's fine.
okay.
That's
Do
fine.
we need to make that a motion?
Yes, it counteracts what you had said earlier about accepting it.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we postpone the signing of the bid to R&M until we find out for sure about all of the bonding that is required and make sure that they're compliant.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? We'll put that off till next week.
Will we have to change that date because we done all signed it, we dated it?
I haven't. Nothing's been dated yet, has it?
Signed, it's here, it's unsigned.
Oh, it's unsigned.
It's unsigned. I did put the date in it. We can mark through that.
It's actually, that would be the date it was approved. That we actually, we haven't withdrawn it. We're just going to postpone the signing, so I don't know if that would make a difference or not. Other than that, any older unfinished business? Do I hear a motion to adjourn at 2?
I make a motion to adjourn at 1:59.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Pass 3-0. We are adjourned.